Hello Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, doing another Is It Worth It video. Look at the Master Universe Origins figures, and I must admit, Faker was one that I really wasn't sure about. I really just got him because I just liked the character. Like, the figure itself adds nothing. The only real gain that you get, I mean, you get two things. You get the black wrist cuff thingies, whatever they're called, and the what used to be, or what is on the original, a sticker of the chest plate of the mechanics inside of him, like his chest is opened, is now painted on, so it's less fragile and less likely to come off. But aside from that, you really don't get anything, except the and it's kind of standard that they all have the matching wrist things that are painted, because a lot of the He-Man figures they are molded and they almost like they're the same color as the skin of the character. And all the new ones, they have matching ones instead of the longer one on one side. And yeah, they're just matching and painted. So you don't really get anything with Faker, but the colors are good, the colors are bright. You sort of don't realize how dull yours actually are, the originals are, until you actually put them next to the Origins ones. But you don't really get anything. So not really worth it unless you really just love the character, which I kind of do. So next was Beastman. It was actually the first one I got. And I mainly just got him because I just wanted to get an Origins figure to see what they were like. And I sort of figured, worst case scenario, if I don't like it, I can use his whip, because mine doesn't have a whip. And mine, actually, the legs are broken, and I actually glued them together. This is before I knew they had the rubber replacement things. So, and the only real difference is his mouth is closed. And I thought, well, because my original just had one band, I thought, well, worst case scenario, I can swap the accessories and kind of complete my original one if I don't like the new one, and I can just put the yellow ones from the kit, the replacement set. But yeah, they're soft. They're not the same color. They're not bright. They don't really work, because the dull red with the bright orange kind of works better. Once you put the dull red on the sort of dull orange, it doesn't really work. So that didn't really work. But I decided the articulation and everything, and some of the other features some of the other figures and their features that were being announced were more interesting. So I decided I actually would probably collect them. It took me probably a year before I did. But originally I was just going to get one from each line to get the new mini comic, and at least one. So I ended up with a few of them, but I ended up getting more into them and getting more of them. But I still regret not buying one I saw online that had the accessories I needed, because then I would have had two figures. The one that is glued together could have had the yellow armor on it, and then I would have had a complete set of the other red armor, because that red armor is from a guy who makes replacement parts, and as you can see, the red is not the same red as the harness part. But yep, so that's my opinion on those two. I probably wouldn't get him now. I got him to get the mini comic and to maybe use the accessories before I realized the plastic was different and the color and everything. So you really don't get anything. His mouth is closed, and that's it. Everything else is exactly the same. So not really worth it. But I still love him anyway. And I'm finding myself getting more of those figures if I can get them at a good price. And because the rumor is that the Origins brand is actually going away and we're not going to see it anymore, I sort of feel like, well, I don't have to worry about just focusing on the really good ones. Like, I'm never going to be able to afford to get all of them. If it's ending, the amount they produce now, I can actually get a few more. So I'm not as bothered now as I was when I first started. But just in case anyone else was looking at them, wondering, should I get this? Is there any positives to it? I just thought I'd do a video just in case there's something, you know, you haven't heard from other people, because I know everyone else has reviewed these and they've been around for a while. And I know I'm not Pixel Dan, but I'm still having fun doing it. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye.